welcome again to some War Soulstorm action. It's going to be 3 versus 3 on the rather rare map, or rather rarely seen map, Principian Badlands. So, interesting little map indeed. As you can see, bottom left team versus top right team. Bottom left team consists of Lightman 2009, myself playing as a Specimen as usual. Got Capone playing as Dark Elder, and we've also got Gummy and Mixerman playing as Dark Elder as well. Top right team, we got Ultimanus playing as the Imperial Guard. Rofar playing as the regular Elder, so interesting. A builder first approach. There's something free bone singers. That's an interesting thing to say. Huh. And 2 guardians. Okay, very bizarre indeed. Well, we'll see how that works out for him. And we've also got Rotted Brain Dead, bizarre enough, playing as the Orcs. A name like that, who to think, eh? We've also got the big mech coming out first for him. A couple of Slugger Boy squads, nothing too unexpected. As for myself, yeah, going with an early plasma generator, starting out with a fast force commander. Actually, how many scout squads do I have? What the? Oh, okay. That's where they are. I guess I got 3 scout squads, not too shabby indeed, not too unexpected for such a big map. And yeah, it looks like my ally Capone is going to go for a vehicle start with Dark Elder. Quick slave chamber, mate. But I don't think really need. Actually, that doesn't really need to get a slave chamber that quickly. I don't think he does actually. But whatever, in any case, going for the Homunculus Laboratory. And he's only got 2 Mandrake squads out to cap, so a bit of a risky build, but given how big the map is, it's actually not that risky. I don't think we're going to get rushed anytime soon. And it looks like Gummy Mixerman is going to go for a more standard Hold Blood build. Early plasma generator, nothing too unexpected there. Oh, never mind, he's actually going for a quick tier 2. Interesting, while Ultimanus is going for an early tactical control, so he's actually going to stay in tier 1 for a little bit longer. Does the Imperial Command Squad and yeah, a couple of Imperial Guardsmen out as well. As for Rofar, very bizarre, going with 2 early plasma generators, 3 builders at the very beginning. He's got Rangers as the initial troop, but he's not researching Cloak, although he does have Webway, so let's see. I don't think I'm not seeing any other builder units for him in a forward position, so yeah, not really sure what to make of that. And yeah, as for what we got Rotted Brain Dead doing, yeah, he's got the big mech out with, let's see, he's got the big mech. I don't see any other squads though. He's got 2 squads of sluggers, but nothing else. He's going for a 2nd generator. Some interesting builds are seeing here. It's very uncommon to say the least. And the big mech is just going to go to town on these mandrakes. Oh, that's great. So yeah, more mandrakes coming in from Gummy, and because he's going to tier 2, he's not really going to have too much to apply to this. We'll see what he does. He's only going for an Archon squad. Yeah, not really sure if he should have gone for tier 2 that quickly, really, in my opinion. But well, what can you do? In any case, Force Commander coming out for myself. Not really going to like what I see, that's for sure. Masses of guardsmen, although no attached. No attached commissar. That's bizarre. And the command squad has only got 1 single member. Sorry. Very bizarre indeed. In the case, Space Marine squad coming out for myself, still at tier 1. So I think I seem to be the only one who's going for anything approaching a standard build in this game. And yeah, there we go, we finally got Dark Foundry producing a couple of Reaver jetpacks. Should help against this rather fragile Imperial Guard force that we have bearing down on us. Or the Orcs actually for that matter, it's all good. What the hell are these Mandrakes doing? Jesus, he's going to lose all of his capping squads rather needlessly. But oh well. What can you do? As for Rotted Brain Dead, well, since he's got all these plasma generators, he might as well start taking up with war banners, I guess, so he can get a pile of guns and various other things. And look at that, he is going to start taking up. Who to freaking think? As for Rofar, he still doesn't have cloak research, so I've got no idea what the hell he's thinking with this build. But who knows, maybe it'll work out in the end, got no idea. I guess thankfully, yeah, Jetpack's coming to save the day for the Dark Elder player at the far left here, coming in to take some pot shots at the big mech and all that. They won't be able to really capture any points though. Once they retreat to listing posts, then yeah, there's not really too much that can be done. And yeah, this is going to get upgraded as well. It's interesting, the Orcs, they get buildings, pretty much all of them get some form of defensive guns on them. And the listing post starts off with a light gun to begin with, just a light one, but then you can upgrade it and get a much bigger gun as well, upgraded turrets for against infantry. Although, as you can see, these river jetbikes can definitely weather the storm. Eventually, they'll just get whittled down there, especially with these Gretchen nearby to repair. We're going to be seeing an early use of the piercing vision ability. No, nope, Gummy for some reason. Oh, there we go. Now it's finally going for 2 incubi. It should not really, well, Halsey won't really bother putting out 2 like this, or just right click to get the Overwatch happening, but whatever. It's very bizarre indeed. At the same time, got my Smith Marines along with the Sculptor coming in. My Force Commander going to town on the Imperial Guardsmen, but unfortunately the command squad is coming up against my Smith Marines. I do have 2 squads though, so I can actually do a bit of dancing here and there. And yeah, as you can see, the Imperial Guardsman is getting a little bit brutalized. My Force Commander has taken a bit of damage though, and as you can see, I'm doing everything I can to try to basically get the Force Commander to go after the squads that aren't demoralized already. But it looks just a good micro by myself. I probably should get my Force Commander the hell out of there though. And Overwatch is just going to get taken out, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, opponent has lost 2 full squads of Imperial Guardsmen, and while they've been green sheep to reinforce, 20 requisition, as you can see, they, well, each individual squad, it costs quite a bit to actually buy each squad. That's the so-called squad tax that you pay for them, but yeah, ultimately, being forced to replenish them. Yeah, 116, I believe you only start with like 4 members or something. So yeah, losing my Force Commander there, kind of blunting my assault a bit there, but now what can you do? Looks like I'm over tier 2 though, so should make things a bit easier. And yeah, going for machine cult as well. As for my opponent, he's still at tier 1, so yes, he's going to be going with 2nd plasma generator. Doesn't have any upgrades for these infantry as far as I can tell. In fact, he doesn't even have the grenade launchers equipped. There we go, fine. He's going to go up against the sergeants, I think. That's just a tier 1 guy since we don't have the tier 2 upgrade for the field command there. And yes, what Rafar's doing, where the hell are his other buildings? He's only got, okay, there we go, there's Soulstorm's finally going to tier 2. Looks like Rod and Brain Dead, I think he's on his way to tier 2 as well. He's actually going for tougher bosses research. Interesting, very interesting, since I don't see him using, actually where the hell are his squads? He's only got, well, he's got tank busters, but the only, well, he's got the tougher bosses research, but it's only going to affect his big mech. If he had like regular squads with the knobs as well, then that would have been something, but nope, unfortunately it does not. Oh well, yes, here comes around a transport. Pretty standard, couple of more plasma generators coming in, so I'll be looking to stay in tier 2 for a bit of a while. I'm assuming I just had the heavy weapons upgrade completed, and ouch, these Reaver jetpacks are going to be coming up against their hard counter known as the tank buster, so it sucks to be them. These guys, yeah, they're just getting one shot pretty much by these tank busters, which is not too surprising. If I was Caporn, oh, not bad, and because they grouped together the big mechs, his little zap ability actually mobilizing all of them, not bad indeed. Yeah, if I was him, I'd just retreat him and get the Archer and all that to come in first. Speaking of which, you really could do some more detector squads actually. Ouch, these guys jumping in out just as the big mech teleports. A good micro on them at the very least. Archon's squad, I guess, is going to get out. They really need some detection. He could use Piercing Scream, I suppose, if he really wants to. He'll only be able to use it once though before he needs to get more of that soul essence. So yeah, very bizarre play to say the least by these different plays to say the least. I think I'll just got my guys out of there temporarily just to get them upgraded. And yep, going for Chaplain as well. So I'm actually going to, that's an interesting choice actually. I'm actually going to go for Sacred Artifact as well. No, probably not. But looks, that's not really sure where my, there we go, right, transport for some reason, we're trading all the way back here. Probably should just try to get it to help out my ally actually, because at the same time if the Imperial Guard try to charge him with their infantry, then I can just transfer one infantry back pretty quickly. So not really sure why I transported them all the way back here, but what the hell. Looks like my Dark Elder counterpart is doing pretty nice. Here you got the Amp Mega Arbor knobs. I'm not really sure if the tougher bosses research actually applies to them or not, or if they count as a regular squad. What kind of armor do they have? Commander armor actually, so well maybe it does apply to them, I'm not really too sure. In case they're going to be quite a match for the Dark Elder forces here, to say the least. Hopefully Gummy is going to have something a bit fancier around. Doesn't even have, is he a tier, there we go, actually does have the Witch Cult ring out. So I can't remember if Crystal Malediction is tier 2 or tier 3 or not. It will certainly come in handy against the Mega Arbor knobs. Unfortunately the Mandrakes are not going to fare too well. And I believe the Archon squad has retreated, so they are out of there. So unfortunately going to force retreat. A lone Reaver jetpack just, ouch, out, as a scout, I suppose, even though he can get one shot by the tank busters that easily, but well, what can you do? So, interesting. No regular sluggers or shooters in this a lot of orcs here, very bizarre indeed. Anyway, these guys are actually getting demoralized by the good old Chaplain's shout, so yeah, there we go. Thankfully I can just keep kiting like that. And yeah, as you can see, yep, we have everyone upgraded as much as possible. Chaplain's in as well, and yep, also Landspeeder Tempest in as well to do a bit of damage, hopefully. These guys certainly won't be able to do anything against him. Command Squad actually outfitted with 2 priests. Usually you'd want to outfit him with a Psyker as well, but what can you do? Those grenades are a massive pain in the ass. Like, there's a pretty good force multiplier against infantry and all that. And actually, what the hell? That was a good use of my frag grenades. Unfortunately, the enemy Command Squad kind of teleporting around there. Thankfully, as you can see, my Landspeeder Tempest just managing to utterly destroy these guys. Where are they? Where are their commissars? It's just ridiculous, really. Oh well. And in case there goes the Command Squad as well. But yeah, well, we definitely need to be seeing Command Squad, sorry, not Command Squad, commissars for the Imperial Guard. He's a tier 2, so really he should have got up a single commissar at the very least in tier 1 actually. So I'm not sure what the hell he thinks he's doing, but oh well, what can you do? Also have a couple of skirmishes happening here and there. Finally, we have the. Anyway, we have the piercing vision ability being used on the Hellion, so not such a choice, since they'll be going into melee against the tank busters as well, and ouch, getting sliced and diced out that guy, so not faring too well at all. Looks like we also got poison blades researched as well, and yeah, we also got splinter cannons as well by the looks of it, given what that wish Succubi is carrying. And there we go, we even got indeed, we even got the piercing vision ability being used on the squad. Bad indeed. Heavy bolter turrets is certainly not going to save this guy though. Yeah, this Ultimatus guy really could have played his game a hell of a lot better. He should have gone for a mechanized command as well when he had the chance. In fact, just looking at his resources, he's floated way too much. He should have brought in commissars as well as maybe a couple of priests as well into his army at tier 2. But yeah, what can you do, eh? These guys at the very least are going to be sitting back, mostly just chilling out, and yeah, basically regrouping, getting their weapons back and all that. And yeah, we're going to have them finally getting back into the fray. I probably... oh, okay, leaving some assault marines back as well. Interesting indeed. Shouldn't have left them back there, but what can you do? We've got scout marines capturing points. Not too shabby. So yeah, I dare say it's probably going to be a foregone conclusion. We'll just speed things up a bit actually. I believe we've got the scan ability being used as well, aka CompSat ability being used by the Imperial Guard, not too shabby. Flash kit's going to represent a bit of a challenge for Dark Elder, but really once I'm done with the Imperial Guard's base I could just easily help out my Dark Elder allies towards the left. I could even just send in the Assault Space Marines, actually that'd do a great job against the Flash kits. Unfortunately there's 2 squads on, but you only can go 2 squads after all. She's got the little ability being used as well, the, I can't remember what it's called, homing something or other. In any case, it basically reveals to you the area around the unit that you target. So not too shabby. Fortunately, one of the tailors is getting stunned, which kind of sucks. We do have 1 Ravager though, upgraded with 1 Disintegrator. Is going to be upgraded to the other Disintegrator that is new? Apparently not. He probably should, in my opinion, given the fact that, you know, we're basically facing a massive infantry army. I'm also going to have some of my troops being transported. By the looks of it, damn, just smoke being generated there to say the least. There we go, yep, Assault Terminators coming in with the attached Force Commander, coming in a little bit too late. But oh well. And what else do we have? A Dreadnought coming in as well. That sounds good to me. Not bad. And us for use of the Screaming ability, I can't remember what that was called. You gotta love it. Oh, yeah, that was the Fighter Bomb, of course. A bit of damage there. So yeah, probably could come out with a few more ranged troops. So yeah, we do have these Scourges here, but for some reason they're being left behind here for some fucking reason. That was the Archon Squad and all that. Really should be coming in actually, but as you can see here, my guys, they are suffering a bit to say the least. But yeah, thankfully Dreadnoughts and all that trying to do whatever damage you can. And I believe, yep, still got my Rhino transport over here just to come back towards the basically undefended Elder players base. What the hell, really? A Brightlands platform? Yeah, that's gonna make all the difference. To me, this fighter bomb has been quite the pain in the ass in disrupting troops, but since many of our troops are ranged anyway, it doesn't make much of a difference. We actually have quite a significant force of Guardians here, but they're very brittle troops, so not really sure what Raphael was thinking of them. I bet you he probably doesn't even have the basic upgrades to them. Also got Rangers still without any cloak upgrades or anything like that, which is very bizarre, and looks like we've got more and more troops jumping in. Yep, Librarians with... 1 Librarian, should I say, with the Terminators. Just coming in to say hi, why not, eh? They do have a couple of assault cannons, and yeah, looks like... must have been, yeah, must have loaded them up before transporting them. So there you go. They should be able to do a bit of damage. The Librarian providing a bit of and then here come the Assault Marines as well. Yeah, the Librarian also providing a bit of detection. I'm not really sure if he's used the Smite ability yet. Interesting, seeing these platforms being deployed like that. They're meant to be support platforms, but using them like this is really the best thing to do, to say the least. I dare say opponents are pretty much on the run, really. Opponents just getting completely walloped. What they could have done, well, what the Elder player could have done was not go with such a nonsensical build to begin with, and maybe research Cloak for his Rangers. That would have been a good start. What the Imperial Guards player could have done was going with a couple of Commissars, at least one at the beginning, attached to his squads, and yeah, tier 2 to use the execute ability to get them to fire at ridiculous rates. That would have helped him a lot. And as for the Orc player, what he could have done, he probably could have come out with more regular forces as well. But what can you do? My Assault Marine's going to have a hell of a time against this Squiggoth, to say the least. But there we go. Thankfully, reinforcements have arrived. Sorry, have arrived. And yeah, my guys coming straight into the middle of it all. I probably should have got them just to go to focus more so on the outskirts of Rotted Braindead's base, but what the hell, I guess these guys will basically have all the weapons bearing, and thanks to the Chaplain, actually we'll be able to last a decent while against the defences here. Finally bringing in the Land Speeder Tempest. I should have got these guys actually to focus down these buildings. That's what Keen did. I believe oh no, never mind, I thought Marine Transport was destroyed. It was almost destroyed. He might actually be able to get out of there just in the nick of time. Close indeed. I probably don't really need to transport these guys all the way back, actually, but well. Or maybe I should actually give that to Squiggoth, if he's actually coming around to flank, and Ouch managing to take him out with a single shot of his Zap gun, which is actually horrendously inaccurate even when stationary. So I think they actually managed to get me on on the move is quite an achievement, actually, to say the least. And that nice little charge ability there, knocking my guys around. I guess I'm going to have to get my guys to hoof it out of there. And yep, I do have Predator coming in. I wanted to actually have yep, Ground Transport finally coming in as well. Assault Terminators getting retrained again, as well as the Force Commander. But really, I mean, this is just going to be icing on the cake, as you can see. Dark Elder player actually using the Corruption ability, which I believe the Soul ability is Corruption. I believe it does actually reduce the armor on buildings as well, actually, so it basically makes it more susceptible to damage. The Squiggoth is going to do a bit of damage, but he's mostly focusing on flank troops, so probably should actually try to do something against the main Dark Elder army more so than anything else. But well, what can you do? There's a couple of war bases coming and all that is, well, indeed. Terror in their hearts. Wait a minute, I do have a few squads of these guys, actually. Interesting. Well, no Grey Knight squads, which is, well, actually that would be perfect against the Squiggoth, actually, because I believe the Squiggoth, its armor is a monster heavy high, and well, the Grey Knights take 2 bonus damage against that. But in any case, Ultimanus is ironically going to be the last player left, actually, bringing in a heavy weapons. Oh yes, that's going to make all the difference. Bam, down he goes. And yep, Predator, I believe, well, I don't think he got the killing blow there, but there we go. Shabby indeed. Good game to our opponents. This has been David Dvidge signing off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to some War Soulstorm. It's going to be 3 vs 3 on the Trivian Grove map. Probably will combine this with the other video I just did, and yeah, it's been interesting thus far. Yes, this map here you also don't see a lot of either, which kind of sucks really. It's not too bad really. In fact, I dare say if it wasn't for the fact that there's going to be loads of blood and carnage taking place. Great little symbol. Anyway, lots of blood and carnage going to be taking place on this map, or should I say loads of carnage going to be taking place on this map, loads of blood being spilt. It would almost be a bit of an idyllic tourist destination. But well, what can you do? Bottom of the team is going to consist of Alk 1983 Raw as the tower. You just call up that tower, those bastards. And we've got PTR Pune, PWN playing as the Space Marines, starting off with a Force Commander, not too unexpected. And of course we've got freaking Apatapa playing as the tower. Going to be going for a very annoying build with the initial jetpacks, Vesper Stingwings, and Tower Commander. So they're going to be jumping all over the place, being a pain in the ass generally. Top right, we've got myself, Lightman 2009, playing as the Dark Elder. Fresh Trident playing as the Chaos Space Marines, going for a quick tier 2. See how that works out. Ultimanus going in for a quick Space Marine squad, Plasma Generator, and yeah, going for Force Commander straight after as well. So nothing too unexpected. What build am I actually going for? So I'm actually going for a quick vehicle build, it seems. A couple of quick plasma generators and all that, so it should be interesting to see how that will pan out. Indeed, these Vesper stigmas are going to be a massive freaking pain in the ass, but what can you do? Oh, there's something in SC to Autumn. Stealth burst cannon enhancements. Increases the stealth boost burst cannon, stealth suit burst cannon damage, which still makes it pretty piss poor really, but I suppose it's better than nothing. I'm not really sure why I'd really bother doing that, but well, whatever. If he thinks it'll be worth it, why not, eh? Actually, what other troops does he have out? I'm only seeing stealth suits and nothing else, so maybe he's going to go for a quick tier 2 as well. We'll see what happens. In case the Space Marine's coming in out the Force Commander, I believe. Yep, it's right over there. We should have the first engagement happening around here, actually. So Altimenis. Oh, interesting. He's got like one defending squad of Scout Marines. Not entirely sure. In case they're going to be spotting the Vesper Stingrays coming in. And as for myself, let's see, yep, Homunculus Laboratory going to be finished soon as well. I'm not really sure where the hell my little jumping troops are. Here we go, yep, here are my Hellions. And yep, going to be using the piercing vision ability against the stealth suits, which actually could just jump out of the way if they really wanted to. Not really sure if we'll actually use the jump ability beforehand. I guess my Hellions are just going to have a hell of a time going after them, so sucks to be them. I'm just going to continue chasing them. Which means I'm going to have to want to get a source of soul essence coming in. These tortured slaves, they can't actually. There we go. I've got a slave chamber. They can't actually get the slave essence, or not slave essence, the soul essence from fallen infantry units. In either case, with the exception of Necrons, I think, Necron units. So I suppose I could just actually get them to scavenge around the battlefield. But usually, it's better to have a more steady form of soul income, such as slave chamber upgraded with the can't remember what it was called. It was basically the soul generator generation ability, which basically creates a source of soul essence that the building unit then still needs to freaking salvage, of course. Unfortunately, you can see my Hellions are not going to be doing too well since they can't freaking spot anything. But at the same time, my Reaver jetbikes will be able to do a bit of damage. Actually, they can. Oh no, they can't actually capture that. Oh well, they can at least take out the builder units, which they are slowly doing, I suppose. Yeah, these guys, which are almost all going to get taken out. And what do you know, the stealth suit strategy being used by Raw is actually somewhat working, mostly because they're going up against units that can't fire back, and rather fragile units as well. Only my succubus actually managing to survive there. This thing will be able to take a bit of damage, but well, there you go. I'll admit the stealth cannon. Stealth suit burst cannon enhancements actually do make a bit of difference. What the hell? Ah, okay, we even got the cultist actually being upgraded to invisibility, and there's something I don't see too often. Invisible cultist. It's funny, you can see the weapon flashes, and the opponents will be able to see that as well. Just go to their field of view. They can see that, but it's kind of funny how they just can't target them, despite the fact that the troops are right next to them. Oh, speaking of which, my Reaver jetbike's also going to town on these specimens as well, so just shame these guys don't detect cloaked stuff. They'll probably make them a bit overpowered, actually. Same time, my Hellions coming back here, though they're not really going to fare too well. I'm not really sure what I was doing with that. Maybe I did briefly use the piercing vision ability on them, not too sure. You guys, plenty of Reaver jetbikes to go around, to say the least. I think I'm just getting them back here just to repair them, not entirely sure. And going to be getting the Homunculus as well, just to provide a bit more consistent, presumably just to provide more consistent detection. I guess it'd be perfect paired in with the uncloaked mandrakes, if I actually have any on the map. I've got these guys, there we go, perfect Mando, these guys, see what happens. You guys, we also do have a nice little source of solar essence coming in as well. Ouch, it looks very bloody and messy, actually, very nasty, but oh well, what can you do? And look at this, Space Marines versus Space Marines, brother versus brother. Who'd to think it'd come down to that, eh? But thankfully with the Reaver jetbikes coming in to provide a bit of supporting fire, I dare say we should be able to win that engagement. I think the stealth suits being used by Raw, I think they were not really such a good decision overall, really, to make. He does have some firewalls coming out, but really he's actually going to tier 2, but he really needed more regular forces at the beginning, really. He should not have gone with the so many stealth suits. Even with the enhancements, they can still kind of get rebuffed kind of easily. And there we go, finally had the Homunculus attached to the Mandrake squad. What the hell did I just use? Okay, there we go, we've got the little tracking ability being used as well on the stealth suit. squad, which I think it stops them from cloaking. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, interesting. Well, in either case, yeah, I'll be able to go into town on them, and yeah, the burst cannons, even with the enhancements, are just going to be very poor against my infantry, especially now that I can actually see them. So it was an interesting little initial strategy, but he didn't really follow it up with anything too significant. So, well, what can you do? Reaver Jetbike's going to go to town on these fire warriors. With the listing post assisting, they're still going to make me take a few losses here and there, but yeah, should still be alright. Yeah, these guys are just going to get completely torn up, especially once my other guys come in as well. So interesting little mixture of light forces for myself there. Tapper is managing to hold on to his little portion, but only because he's really not facing up against the specimens just yet. Speaking of which, Fresh Trident's going for a sacrificial circle after going to tier 2. He's even going to be going for plasma pistols, power swords, and the furious charge ability, despite the fact that he doesn't have any regular troops out. So I'm not really sure why he's going for plasma pistols. Oh no, that's not his guy. Well, I don't know why he's going for that so soon. Huh. And going for a vehicle cap increase despite the fact that he does not have a vehicle plant out. God, what is it with some of these people's builds in this game? I swear to God. Well, whatever. Okay, so yeah, we're basically going to town on our opponents. I would like to see Otapa, well, if I was the opponents, I would have liked to see Otapa actually deploying his troops here, because they're basically just sitting around not doing anything, while as you can see these fire warriors basically getting chased all around their own base, which is kind of funny. Unfortunately, my Reaver Jetbike's starting to suffer some losses thanks to freaking attrition, and I'm mostly just hanging back with my guys there. Probably should be a tier 2 now, maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Oh well. Well, hopefully it will be soon, and these Reaver Jetbikes should actually be coming into the fray as well. My forces eventually being forced back. Yeah, we do have Space Marines coming in for Putrid Pawn, all upgraded with heavy bolters, and yet no heavy weapons increased just yet. Heavy bolters are still pretty effective against Reaver Jetbikes, given their ridiculously light armor and low number of hit points. Hell, even just regular bolters actually aren't too bad against them in numbers, to say the least. And okay, is this? Oh no, never mind. Unfortunately, I did not manage to get my building unit there. Actually, do I have a building unit coming in there still? Yes, I do. So he's going to hopefully just come in to start production of the Tower of Loathing, and that'll be that. I should actually be bringing up my guys forward. But oh well, what can you do? We have a nice little multi-pronged attack here. Well, two-pronged attack really, to be precise. Assault specimens are coming in. We actually got the Force Commander going. Oh no, never mind. That's actually our own Force Commander going into melee against them. While this Force Commander is upgraded with the Plasma Pistol, not with the Demon Hammer though. Which, well, I suppose it makes sense if he's only going to be left in a ranged stance. What the hell is this guy doing? Jesus Christ! There. So unfortunately, sorry, at the critical moment, my Space Marine ally decides to back out for some bizarre reason. Should actually be upgrading his heavy weapons as well, but anyway. Oh, he does have a Plasma Pistol too attached there. Yeah, he decides to back out, and yeah, my attack gets rebuffed, which kind of sucks. At the very least, though, I do have a strong point to retreat to. I probably should be trying to capture this at some point, and yeah, there we go. Let's get to capture it with the Helions, hopefully. There we go, perfect mundo. And here we go, this is actually where the vehicle plant was being made by Fresh Trident, also with the thermal plasma generator up and running. And there we go, finally got the whole blood for myself. More Reaver Jetbike, so I am presumably in tier 2 or still in tier 1. It's kind of hard to tell because I don't have any tier 2 troops or buildings out. Fresh Trident here, finally getting the Chaos Temple out, and he's actually at tier 3, so very early possessed Chaos Space Marines. Interesting little build indeed. So once he actually does get deployed to the field, should be quite effective indeed. I wouldn't agree with outfitting the cultists with the plasma rifles. They, I mean, even while cloaked out, they'd probably just be better off with the grenade launchers, really, just so they can stay a little bit further away from the enemy, so that, you know, they can stay a bit more undetected. But oh, what can you do? You've got a Chaos Sorcerer out. It's a very bizarre little troop composition. I don't think it would work in a regular 1 versus 1 game, but in a team game, well, what the hell? I mean, me and my ally, the, what was he, the Space Marine player, Ultimanus, are holding the line just fine. So once Fresh Trident starts coming in, he's even got tier 4 being researched before building any vehicles. Bizarre. At the very least, I'm at tier 2 myself, finally getting the Witch Cult Arena. Jesus, just spamming loads of those Reaver Jetbikes. It seems while my Dark Elder ally is actually going for tier 4, should I say. Interesting, he's even got the Demon Pierce going in for the Obliterator. So yeah, he's going to have quite a little elite force. Not really sure if these guys have been upgraded with Demonic Fire, hopefully they have, but yeah, once everything we have slams into our opponents, we should be able to basically wipe them out. Pew 2 team I believe is still at tier 2, is getting a couple of rhinos out, nothing too special. While our Tapper is still at tier 2 as well, he does have the vehicle plant out, nothing too special either. Not seeing the path to Montkar or Kuyon for either Tau players, so they're still at tier 2. We do see some pretty significant forces though. Oh, actually, very spiffy little graphics actually. Nice little red shoulder pads and all that for the chassis. So yeah, this is going to be quite a little tough nut to crack, but we do have Dark Elder player hopefully going to be coming in as well at some point as well. Well, in the meantime, yeah, it's just going to be mostly my jet bikes and other guys coming in. Finally, these guys come as well with the attached War Soulstorm. We're going to have some cloaked cultists coming in. Unfortunately, I sent my guys in a little bit too early, to say the least, because quite a few of them have been cut down. Very nice use of the torch ramp, actually managed to keep it alive somehow. These guys are all going to be moving in slow motion, which is kind of funny to see them all moving in slow motion in mass. So we've even got... Oh, I thought we had the Animus being used, Animus Fire Tables, or the Crystal Addiction, maybe not. In any case, Obliterator's also going to have a hell of a time as well. Yep, finally getting reinforced too, and it's not too shabby indeed. These cultists are unfortunately going to get cloaked. Oh, sorry, going to get revealed. Plasma guns, the escrow, I'll just go with the grenade launcher, really, but what can you do? Nice use of the stealth suits with the upgraded, what are they again? The fusion blasters, and I believe the burst cannon enhancements do not apply to the fusion blasters, so yeah, they're not really going to do too much. Well, not really going to do any good there. Unfortunately, they're still rebuffing our attack though. As you can see, quite a few of the our forces here are still trying to get deployed. I think attacking in waves like this is actually going to kind of screw us over. In fact, if we're not careful, we might be really screwed. I'm not really sure why Ultimanus is actually going on foot like this, but oh well. In any case, yeah, there we go. I'm actually deciding to be a bit more prudent, just leaving my guys back here. What the? Oh, okay, because of the bloody stealth suits, of course. Such a pain in the ass they are. But oh well, there we go. It's taking it out pretty freaking quickly, to say the least. Not bad. Too bad you don't get turrets as the Dark Elder. Oh well. I guess yeah, we're just going to be hanging back until we can actually muster up all of our forces to freaking attack. We did manage to whittle down the enemy a bit. I believe we've revealed that at least one of our players is a tier 3. As for enemy team, no, they're still a tier 2 by the looks of it. Barracuda coming in. Ah, there we go. Montkar command post coming in for what's his name? Tapper. So finally seeing tier 3 by him there. Let's see, my tier 3, got no idea. That's whatever, in any case we should be able to dominate them. It's just that a big part of why this is actually still going on rather than, ending in the destruction of our enemies is the fact that we've just been attacking them piecemeal, basically. I mean, we've got the superior forces, we seem to know how to use them. Well, except for the fact that, we, oh, there we go. Except for the fact that we're sending them in piecemeal. I'm not sure if I really agree with the insignia there, but, well, what can you do? Yeah, we just seem to be using it piecemeal when we should be trying to send all our forces in at once. If we did that, then we'd basically annihilate them. Finally, we do have our forces coming in slowly but surely. All the usual upgrades and all that on our troops and all that, even Defiler coming in to do a bit of damage. And yeah, we're just going to be forcing them back. As for this Defiler being used by Fresh Trident, I think he should just leave it on range stance really and use it as an artillery vehicle. Against this amount of anti-vehicle firepower, you probably should just leave it as an artillery vehicle, or at least use it as range support. In case, also got the orbital bombardment ability coming down as well. Down Barracuda is going to be a pain in the ass, but he's going to run straight into my Scourges, who are going to go to town on him. Bam, down he goes. The Barracuda though, because he launches some missiles as well, actually, it's not too bad really at disrupting troops, so he doesn't really do that much damage against them, as you can see. His little unit card saying is effective against aircraft and their vehicles. Stay alive a little bit longer, but yeah, not much longer, and don't tell me these Defilers are still going to be... Ah, there we go. We got 2 of them at the very least in ranged stance acting as artillery. Thank the Lord for that. This one though is going to go straight into the fray, that which I don't really agree with. You guys, Stab is going to get destroyed thanks to just the elite troops of Chaos Space Marine player. Well, this Defiler is just going to come in actually, I'll be damned. I'll be damned, and he actually is going to live a little bit, for a little while at the very least. Not very long, but he's going to do a bit of damage. One opinion, yeah, she just left it on its range stance. So these guys, they are pretty nice on range stance. I mean, that's one of the hallmarks of the Defiler, the fact that they are pretty nice, regardless of whether or not they're in melee or in range stance. They're good to get a nice little autocannon, I believe, and I think they got a flamer as well. Yep, nice little demonic flamer there to use in close quarters. Well, just not close quarters, but yeah, the flamer and the autocannon is used for regular range, while the yeah, I think it is not a cannon of some sort. While the artillery cannon is used at longer ranges, because I believe it does have a minimum range there. We had someone sending me a Steam message. I've got no idea what the hell it was, but I'll be reading it after this game. Finally, Prucha Pawn is at tier 3, but really it's just a matter of too little too late. Snow Obliterator is plodding behind the Peasant's Cow Space Marines, and then we're going to have more stuff dropping in. Oh, okay, I thought that might have been from Port of Pawn, but no, his orbital relay is not even finished yet. So, yeah, it's just going to be a bunch of horrors by the looks of it. More horrors. Yeah, they're just going to be dropping in just like that. Yeah, they're just going to go to town on his base. Probably should be focusing fires on the listening post first, and then the other buildings to destroy them in quick succession. But what can you do? And yeah, we should be sending in forces rather than keeping in peace. We like this. In fact, we even got fresh tried building a second sacrificial circle, funnily enough. And Ultimatus, is that on our team actually? Yes, again needs energy. Really say needs energy that desperately, but whatever. In any case, quite the spectacular little game indeed. Some interesting builds to say the least, but yeah, some rather bizarre thinking on behalf of the tower players indeed. Tower can be very hard to destroy, but thankfully our tower opponents here, they went for some rather odd builds indeed, and they didn't seem to really pay off. I mean, initially that the stealth cannon, stealth burst cannon enhancements did actually do a bit of damage, but I mean, after the initial element of surprise, they did next to nothing really. So there you go. Soul Terminator is going to go to town these horror squads in either case. And unfortunately, horror squads, they cannot teleport anywhere. They can be teleported into battle, but teleporting them out is another matter altogether. So unfortunately, they're just going to be utterly destroyed. Not that it really matters that much. We should really just, yeah, I think we should just be ending the game pretty damn soon. We've got the Defilers, all of them big sets of melee stance. And yeah, they're just going to go completely ape on these stealth suits, which is also going to town on them. And yeah, this is just going to be curtains for the opponents. Yeah, Defilers, they're not as good as the dedicated vehicle units at different tasks, but yeah, they're pretty versatile really, and the versatility is really meant to be the main trait there. And yeah, you can see just destroying everything with their massive claws. Bam, down they go. Not too shabby indeed, very spectacular. We've got a nice little shadow glitch there. That little line there is not really meant to be there as far as I can understand it. Not really sure what that was causing that, but well. And there you have it. Game, set, and match. So good games from opponents. This has been David Vitch signing off.